After just a few days, I leave Tenerife and return to gloomy London. The weather is particularly cold, and this time it's rainy, but I have no choice. I've got to move now, or I'll be in trouble.
Hello. It is raining. It is cold. Sunny. So cold my face is getting numb. I had a plan to go north to Rickmansworth or Watford, and Watford even, but I've found out that the canal is closing this weekend, so I have to get out of here and go back that way. The reason for that is the lock behind me is going to close, so I've got to go up here, turn around and go back. Going north will have to be done another time.
The Canal and Rivers Trust create a list every autumn. It's called the Winter's Works Programme or Stoppages, and it's a list of locks that they need to repair and bridges that need to be fixed. And that list is something I read, and I have a look to see if there's anything that would affect me that winter. I didn't anticipate that I'd be coming this far north, so I didn't realize that this lock would affect me. So I need to get out of here, or I'll be locked into this area for 6 weeks. Pretty much everywhere you go in this area has boats moored, so you never get up to a decent speed, always on tick over. This is Denham Lock and Denham Marina, but there's a water flow and wind, and it's causing me great difficulty turning the boat. So I've resorted to nosing into the corner here and using it as a pivot. There's a water flow from the lock and a water flow from there. That's called Shire Ditch, according to Google. And it's creating a flow of water, which we're now riding. And speaking of water, let's get under the bridge, out of this horrible rain. Well, let's get back out into the rain. And here's where the excess water exits down into the River Colne. And now we're back right where we started from.
I am absolutely frozen. I've ensured that the boom is further in, so it's not going to scratch on the bridge this time.
Fast forward to Monday, and the lock is now closed. The bottom gates and the top gates are to be replaced. A cofferdam has been erected to stop the flow of water. Scaffolding and a tarpaulin. Ooh, so that's where my tire ended up. This is the bywash. This is like a little weir in a manhole. Water passes into that tube, fills up the manhole, spills over the stop planks, and pours out into the pound below. And that's how you regulate the water. I was supposed to pump out my wastewater tank, but a fuse blew on my macerator pump, so I had to abandon that. Okay, let's get out of here. It's too cold. Go, go, go! Contractors were on site and they were very nice and opened up the gates for me. There's the exit of the bywash again. I've always wondered what that was. I thought perhaps it might have been pumped in.
Thank you.
There's a lot of contractors building up in preparation for closing the lock. These people are fellow boaters, not associated with this boat that has come off its moorings. They kindly pull it in while I stand there valiantly, holding on to a boat hook. So brave. My hands and face are numb, I'm cold, but we finally arrived, and we've got a mooring right outside Tesco's in West Drayton.
Hello and welcome back. The first thing I need to do is start tidying up this place. Well, that's not clean enough. I'm gonna have to boil a kettle. I need to get rid of this pile of wood. How are we going to do it? We've got lots of boards here, and we're going to make the floor for the diner.
The pew you're looking at comes from the Actors' Church, Covent Garden in central London, also known as St. Paul's. I'm just doing a dry fitting for this video.
If you think of this as a partition, it's partitioning the bathroom from the diner. So the other side of that is the bathroom. But what I am discovering... Oh dear, we've just lost one of the lights. Damn. It's okay. I have another one, and this one's really bright. Anyway. Where was I? Can't remember. There was some really important point that I was trying to make. This gap here is for storage. I'm not entirely sure, but it seems useful to have it. So if I decide to go skiing in the Alps,
I can slide, where's my finger pointing? I can slide skis through here. Admittedly, I'd have to get a really big crane and lift Linda onto the back of a truck and then drive the truck into the Alps and then get another big crane and then put Linda on a hard standing on the ski slope and then push Linda down the ski slope and ski. That would be a logistics nightmare. The answer to the usefulness of this gap will come in time, as will most of the answers for everything I'm doing. This space is bigger than I anticipated it would be. And now I have an idea. I could put the heating underneath the seat, which would result in heated seats. I shall ponder further on this. I'm not going to think further on this, because thinking slows down the work. What I need to do is put the floor down. So let's cut the boards to fit the floor and then see what comes out of that. No more planning. No more planning. Just do it and deal with the consequences of your actions later on. In here is the floor. Now the pile's over here. This plank used to cover this section of the boat. This is really expensive white oak. It is unlikely I'm going to use that. I do need a step, and I might consider it for that. This is the top of the old mast. What else do we have? Okay, more bits of the mast. This is a scaffold board that was floating in the river. So somewhere in this pile is the floor of the diner. I'm thinking there might be enough wood from the mast, which is Russian larch, to do the whole job. That'll do nicely as a step. I'm looking at this and I'm having a brainwave. That's the top of the mast. That's another piece of the top of the mast. There's another piece of the top of the mast. I'm going to preserve the shape of the mast, but they're too short. So I'm going to use that gap as cupboard space underneath the other bench. As it's boxed in over there, box it in down here. Don't need to plan. Linda will provide the answers. I've got the generator on, charging up the Jackery while I use the tools. It's wall-to-wall cloud this week, so I need to get some power. The Jackery is fantastic because I can bring it in and do editing, and I love my Jackery. Now it's time to use up this wood. All of this is a pure coincidence. It is just shy of 14 centimeters. It just needs a little bit of adjusting, and that will fit in there. Nice. As we come to the end of the video, I want to reiterate this is a dry fitting. The purpose of all of this is to clear that wood pile. All of it has to be fixed in place. Behind this board will be more insulation, a fin radiator under the step, and all of the wood has to be sanded and varnished. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the cups of coffee, the PayPal, and if you're interested, there's a link to the Jackery website with a 5% discount. See you all next week. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I've had way too much coffee.
Sorry, I just want to bring up 2 points. One, your language on the previous episode was a bit rich and inappropriate.
Well, what do you expect? I'm a sea captain and I use salty language.
And secondly, why are you not wearing any pants?